Black-Magus-Excelsis, Chapter 1. Candles ignite over Pentacle gleam, the air ignites. She is close, death is closer. I burn for her, she does for me. Hear the call through the dimensional rumble, torrents of scathing electrical wind. The night and her legions beckon you, Hecate. Winter Lake, January 2014. Black-Magus-Excelsis, Chapter 1, Third Reich to Thule, January 2009. The bitter winds of Berlin were not far from me as I traversed the icy road towards the Wewelsburg Castle. I could feel the old antiquity of the Third Reich close in over me like a Nordic coffin encrusted with runes. The incantations of Thule and Himmler's diabolic quest for global occult insinuation. The frostbite was beginning to set in. My toes were going first. The landscape mirrored my dead heart and failed designs on a normal life, with a beautiful girl that I believed I loved. I was never good at domestic slavery. It often clashed with too many ideological questions and ever-ongoing explanations of my beliefs to someone who doesn't nor didn't have a clue. This was often the case in my occult reality. I had given myself over to Satanism and Mephistopheles long ago. I can feel the sordid denizens of demons creep into my projections. They bring me solace, and the destruction of my enemies brings me cheer. More than any woman could. This frigid Freya's Day March marks me like my grandfather, one of the few in the ranks of the Wehrmacht within Army Group Center to break out of the Russian encirclement in the latter days of the Barbarossa campaign. Make it to the rendezvous at the U-boat and go on to a life of a wolf in sheep's uniform in Brazil, to later emigrate to the United States and quiet suburban posterity, which has led me here in this venture of the Third Reich legacy. Not the mere antics of Odessa, he nor I ride those coattails, but a true arrival into a new destination, all his and now mine, back where it all began at the gates of Wewelsburg Castle. It was getting bleak out. More so than before, I crossed the crossroad to my ruin long ago. It's needless to think about the things that have been. The past is where it belongs with the past. Yet in this darkest hour, as I run through this frozen tundra, driven by fate, the ebon candles of serpentine coils weave in and out of my life with black magic might and intent on the furtherance of Lucifer and my will to pagan idolatry. These are the things that you think about as you cross one year over to another. But this was a significant year, the year of the beast, January 1, 2009. And I was determined to write the mantra of the satanic paradigm before the clock ran out or the cock crowed. My fingers are going now, black and hard to function. I can see the castle in the distance, but no one is on the road. This has always been the case wherever I have gone. I always go alone. Rarely do many join me, and fewer ever stay long to try. I am on my own path, my own left-hand path, and no two are alike. In the distance, the outline of the castle is new. Himmler had it dynamited as the Allies closed in. This was, at that time, the premier viril telepath location, the focus of all Third Reich occult manifestation, and for me it still is. If I could find the medallion, untold riches and power could be mine. Is this not what every black Faustian magician craves? True, it could just be another Nazi myth or Nazi artifact, but when I first discovered that there was a possibility of its existence, I knew I had to possess it. Just like most things in my life, when the feudal heiress is owned by herself, but I yet sought to own, or a too expensive watch, useless accoutrements really, but they make me happy, and simplicity in this day and age of the disposable consumer reality is hard to find. I think the icy wind is making me delusional. It is noticeably colder and taking on a harbinger aspect. The skeletal trees that line the place move with witchly eagerness to catch my soul when and if I collapse in this sardonic twist of destiny that has visited itself upon me like a pestilence. Yet as I cross the drifts of snow, abandoning the road, I can see the outline of a girl in the dusk-light horizon. Maybe in this state of frostbite and dehydration, Lady Luciferi has finally come to call. I say so be it. I have run this tragic course all too often, and at first it felt like a renaissance of my existence. But now it is a necromantic dream that I have always envisioned would be my colossal end. The woman ran towards me. I could now see who it was, and I was not happy. "You almost made it, darling. Where is the map?" "I guess you were the one responsible for ruining my car," I said. She pulled out a pristine Walther PPK German Luger and aimed it at close range. "It's too cold to trifle, darling. Let's go." "To be honest, all of the fight is out of me. Let's find the damn medallion together." "Yes, let's." "You can put your gun away. It's a beautiful like you, you know." "I know, you do have a fondness for German antiquity and a guile with words." "I still have a fondness for you, Miriam." She put her gun away and helped me to the road. Her Mercedes was new and impressive. We drove to the entrance. "Where is everyone?" I said. "On holiday. Perfect for us. I have the passcode to the alarm system." I glared at her. "Honey, the alarm isn't the issue. Wavelsburg is always staffed with an attaché of military adjutants." She smiled at me. "I took care of it." "You took care of it how?" "Oh, come on. This is a lone descent into black prayers. We are one in the dark spirit, hunters and killers. Steps away, taken. I want my medallion." "How many?" "6."